woman was just cleaning when she noticed errors in the police investigation and casually corrected them. The next day, Detective Dack discovered this and flew into a rage. Fortunately, security cameras had recorded Ella's actions. The chief explained that interfering with a criminal investigation could lead to jail time. Ella innocently asked how correcting a mistake could be illegal. The chief presented the case file, asking for Ella's explanation. After examining the photos, Ella offered her reasoning. You saw one body and assumed the wife killed the husband, but now the wife is missing. There are restraint marks on the chair, indicating a third person was present. You've wrongly labeled the missing wife as the killer when she's actually the victim. Finding the victim's true message would clarify everything. Dack interrupted her, stating that confirming a third person's presence required checking surveillance footage. Just then, an officer reported that cameras showed a woman entering the scene. Despite this, Dack had Ella placed in a holding cell for violating procedures. Surveillance later revealed a girl had visited the scene on the day of the crime. Though the girl denied involvement, she had no alibi. Ella glanced at the footage and immediately knew it wasn't from the day of the crime. When the female chief asked for her reasoning, Ella pointed out that the video showed a southeast wind, while the current season brought northwest winds to the city. I don't need to explain what direction the wind was blowing on the day of the crime, do I? She remarked. As everyone stood embarrassed, Ella mentioned she was busy and left. Outside the station, she spotted the victim's daughter. As a mother herself, she understood the girl's feelings. The chief approached, offering to waive Ella's fines and detention if she helped with the case. Ella agreed, saying she only wanted to help the girl find her mother. The group visited the victim's sister's home to ask questions. Ella noticed the ornaments in the cabinet and immediately determined something was off about the woman. She asked if the sister had an alibi for the time of the incident. Dack grew irritated, leading to an argument between them. Ella angrily left, but soon returned to Dack with a letter she'd secretly found at the woman's company, proving financial disputes between the victim and her sister's family. Though shocked, Dack summoned the sister's husband for questioning. However, the man had an alibi for the day of the crime. Ella didn't believe it, but before she could question him, his lawyer arrived, forcing the police to release him. Feeling defeated, Ella quit. The next day, Dack knocked on her door. Without ceremony, Ella handed him her young son and began her deduction. At the victim's sister's house, she had noticed dust covering all the ornaments except a frog figurine, whose base showed the name of a small town. Why would a pair of corporate executives visit a town known only for its water park and dance hall? Ella and Dack then visited the victim's home. In a photo on the daughter's phone taken 3 days before the crime, certain flowers appeared fresh, but in police photos, they were withered. These flowers typically last 4 to 5 days. Considering the sister's family, a biologist, and a security consultant, Ella concluded they had manipulated the room's temperature, first lowering it, then raising it suddenly, confusing the medical examiner about the time of death and creating alibis for themselves. As for why they hadn't killed the victim, Ella reasoned they couldn't bring themselves to murder their own sister. Their trip to the tourist town made sense. It was where the sisters had grown up together. Police quickly mobilized and found the victim bound in a cabin. The case was solved, and Ella received a formal job offer from the police department.